What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new F1 2017 career mode video. Today we're off to the Monaco Grand Prix, and this should be a very exciting round. Smash a like button for this episode, and let's see if we can get potentially another points finish in this round. Before we get started today, we're upping the difficulty to 110%, and we're also making the vehicle damage on simulation. I actually thought it was on sim damage the whole time. Apparently it wasn't. But before we get stuck into career mode today, we're going to be sticking the first power unit back in the car because we are entering practice now. And yeah, for practice at Monaco, you absolutely do not need a good engine in the car. This McLaren Honda seems to really chew through its engines. I believe it's like the most, well, it is the most unreliable engine, but it also doesn't get the most mileage out of its engines either. So those two extra engines that we took over the course of the first few rounds are really going to help us get through this season. Hopefully we don't need to take any more engines. If I manage it appropriately, we should be fine. But Friday practice sessions, we've been burning through all of those, track acclimatization, tire wear tests. I actually damaged my front wing on my very first lap, but unfortunately, as you can see there on the front right there, they didn't fix the front wing when I returned back to the pit lane. So that was annoying, and so I decided to redo the tire wear test and do it again, and they haven't fixed it again. So obviously my team weren't that observant, and I had to completely knock off my front wing before they would notice that it was actually damaged. And there we go. So they're now going to change the front wing, and we can get on with our session once the new front wing gets put on. You also lose time in the session as well, which is... you always did lose time in the session, but the game would physically not let you go out for a certain amount of time until it was fixed. But that's Friday practice. Again, not very competitive. Let's see if we can change it for quali.
We're here in magical Monaco for this afternoon's qualifying session, which will be getting underway shortly.
Okay, so qualifying for the Monaco Grand Prix. For those of you guys who are new to F1, Monaco is a very unique track in that it's basically impossible to overtake, and so your grid position for this race is of utmost importance. It's basically where you finish as well for the race, so it's the most important qualifying session of the season, and we want to do our absolute best to get ourselves up the order. So that's what we're going to try and do. This track does suit the McLaren Honda simply because how little influence power has around this track. So we're going to try and make the most of it now as we head into qualifying. I believe this is our second run at the moment. P17. As always, we seem to be behind our teammate Fernando Alonso, no matter how well we manage to drive. But today, we definitely want to turn things around, and we move up to P16 and in front of Fernando Alonso. Thank you very much. That is just the start. We've got to continue to build on what we've laid the foundation on so far, and it's still 16th place after 3 or 4 goes at it. We can't get ourselves out of the danger zone of being knocked out of qualifying 1 at the moment. Max Verstappen, 18th place. He is not very competitive at the moment, but to be fair, he was on the super soft tyres. So this is our final run of the session now, and final set of ultra soft tyres to throw at this qualifying session. So hopefully we can put everything together and make sure this lap is absolutely worldly. Through turn 1, we actually gained almost a 10th through there already, so it's a really great start to the lap. It's a real confidence boost when you can go through Monaco and just nail turn 1 instantly. If you get it wrong, it really puts you under pressure for the rest of the lap. Middle sector now, middle sector split, sorry, and we are 2.5, maybe 3 tenths up going through there. Lost a little bit through Portier, and we continue to feel that pain as we go down the back straight and into the Novell chicane. A little bit ran wide through the chicane there. That English was not great, was it? Through the middle sector, high-speed corner to back through the swimming pool section. 4th gear through here. Absolutely fly it through there, and I actually hit the wall. I hit the wall. But somehow I didn't concede any damage. That was incredibly lucky. Nice simulation damage code masters. But either way, up to the line. We are going to improve by 2.5 tenths, and we are still in 16th place. And that's the end of our session. That's it. Even at Monaco, my holy grail, I cannot get this McLaren Honda out of qualifying 1. And it's 18th place again. I swear, we're just born to qualify in last. Not last. It feels like last, 18th place. It's happened again. And Fernando has qualified us again. I'm not going to get angry. I've just got to be patient. Even at Monaco, I can't pull the rabbit out of the hat and get an amazing result. But there we go. That's our worst qualifying ever at Monaco. It's time for the race now, where we've got so much work to do.
And as the drivers start thinking about getting a good start and how on earth to get through Sandevot in one piece, I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, if we might be seeing a safety car or two today.
Well, you wouldn't exactly bet against it, would you? Statistically, it is pretty common, of course. About 80% of all Monaco Grand Prix will have at least one safety car. And that's despite the incredible work of the marshals around here, who you'll often see lifting cars out of the way just under the yellow flag conditions. The teams will always plan for the worst case scenario though, and they'll be making sure various caution periods are built into their strategy models for the race.
Okay, so here we are on the grid of the Monaco Grand Prix. We're actually not quite there yet. We are going through the starting order because I have something to show you guys. It's not Kimi Räikkönen on pole, by the way, who is 99.9% guaranteed to win this race and make it 5 or 6 in a row, I believe. It was Max Verstappen who is starting last. He originally qualified just in front of us, but he got a grid penalty due to changing either a gearbox or a fourth engine part. I'm guessing it's the gearbox, but either way, here we are on the grid of Monaco. One stop. I believe we'll be stopping around lap 15, 16, and taking the super softs all the way to the end of the race. The one good thing about us getting a crap qualifying in this round is the AI finally aren't underpowered at Monaco. Normally you come to this place and you can really drag a good result you know, out of the bag, out of a really crap car, but this time on this game it's not possible. The AI are a lot better, so at least we have that to look forward to in future seasons. So winning at Monaco won't be guaranteed, that's for sure. But here we go, ready for the start of the race. 5 red lights and we are underway for the Monaco Grand Prix. Please, oh please, let's have a good start. Up to rich revs and into turn 1 we got the inside of a... Wow. Ericsson. That came out of nowhere. He was more desperate than I was. He went from like last, and now he's fighting Grosjean for a spot inside the top 10. That's amazing. If he can hold it, no he can't. Grosjean gets him back around the outside, and Ericsson drops to P11. Now we need to get rid of this guy. He's way too slow. He's slower than us on normal tracks, so let alone Monaco. We can't afford for him to hold us up in this race, so we're going straight up the inside and into P11. It's very hard to make a move stick there. There's a lot of understeer when you go through that normally, let alone being compromised and on the inside of another car. But we managed to make it stick, and that is a net gain of, what, 6-7 positions on the first lap. Yeah, I'll definitely take it. We definitely need to keep going here and see what kind of result we can pull out of the bag. If we can get another points finish, that would be incredible. But hopefully we can just continue to move forward in this race. I have seen a lot of rumors, like on Twitter, just my comment section, a lot of places just regarding the F1 game. A lot of you guys are saying that the AI are very strong in qualifying, maybe too strong. Maybe you guys can be the judge of that, but when it comes to the race, the AI are slower than what they show in terms of one lap pace. So with that in mind, hopefully we can be a little bit quicker than those guys around us. But carrying on to like lap 5-ish, this is Marcus Ericsson, who got off to that flying start. He's in P12 still, and is just absolutely holding up the guys behind him. Like, you know, all the midfield teams, like the Toro Rossos, the Haas's, Fernando Alonso, bless him, he's right behind me still.
Ericsson is behind you. Our gap behind is 9.7 seconds. They're on old Ultra Softs. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1 minute 17.8.
So yeah, just getting a status update on Marcus Ericsson. I wanted to know what his pace was because we could get to a stage here. If he goes slow enough, we could get a pit stops lead on him by the time it's time for the first round of pit stops. But Fernando Alonso has had enough. He was in the middle of that train. He decides that he's got more pace than what is currently being shown at the moment, and he goes for the undercut very early here on lap 11. I don't think the AI are going to be coming in for another 3 or 4 laps, so hopefully Fernando can make that work and jump Marcus Ericsson and everyone else in that train. That would be amazing. It would put him net P12 in this Grand Prix, and if anyone retires in front of us, that's points for us, and possibly Fernando as well, depending on how many people crash or retire. So hopefully we can pull a double McLaren Honda points finish out of this Monaco Grand Prix. Very surprising as well that neither of our cars have had reliability issues. Fernando hasn't had a retirement in terms of like engine or anything like that. So the car has been reliable. It's just been so darn slow, which has been the most frustrating thing. But we're going through the field here, just analysing all the cars behind us who made their stops.
Stroll behind. The gap to the car behind is 7.6 seconds.
And the gap to those guys is 7 seconds, with Stroll leading the queue. We're going to rejoin in between the two Haas's, behind Grosjean, but in front of Magnussen, who hasn't made a pit stop. So I'm currently debating what strategy to do here. I really want to stay out for as long as I can, but the more I think about it, the more I realise that staying out is probably the bad strategy. The guys behind who made their stop were just catching me up, and so I thought there's no point trying to stretch it out. I was hoping for a safety car or something like that, but even if one did come out, I didn't really see how it was going to benefit me. I just thought I'd come in now and just reduce the damage by just rejoining in P11 where I was. So it took a lot for me to pull in there. I just had to play it safe because I still have P11 locked down at the moment, as actually Kevin Magnussen made his stop at the same time that I did. So yeah, we're gonna bank P11 and just hope that cars in front have issues up ahead. And there we go, there is one. I think that's Romain Grosjean out of the Grand Prix. He went straight on at turn 1. I believe he has a reliability issue and the safety car has been deployed. Thank goodness. Well, actually, would I have benefited from staying out even more? I'm not entirely sure. I might have rejoined in P10 anyway, even if I did stretch out the first tyre stint and just pit under safety car anyway. But either way, it's P10 with about 15 laps to go in this Monaco Grand Prix, and not a lot has been going on, in all honesty. I was faster than all the cars behind me, but, you know, ever so slightly slower than everyone in front of me as well. So it was an interesting race. I was kind of in no man's land, but at the moment, Fernando Alonso is sitting behind us in P12, or P11, sorry now, as Grosjean retired, like I said. But safety car is coming in at the end of this lap. Yeah, like I said, Nando's strategy really worked out well. He got the undercut, he's got the track position now, and hopefully he stays out for the rest of this Grand Prix. Something is telling me that he might have a 2-stop. He might stop again. Fingers crossed he doesn't though. But away we go once again for the restart of the Monaco Grand Prix. 14-lap sprint to the end now, and hopefully with all the cars compressed, we can make some more progress if we just continue to push and push and push. Anything's possible as well with what looks like a lap car up ahead. Hopefully we can make the most of that. I think that's Marcus Ericsson as well, who was doing so well at the start, is now getting lapped for some reason. And he's possibly going to hold up the cars in front of me. We got the inside of Esteban Ocon into the hairpin, just like we did to Ericsson, but no, this time it doesn't quite work out. Ocon actually tried to hold it around the outside there, and unfortunately, I just understeered towards the wall, and we gave Esteban Ocon a bit of a pinch. You'll see from Fernando Alonso's on board just what happens there. You won't see it from mine because I actually can't see Ocon from my POV. And yeah, we just squeezed him into the wall there, which was very unfortunate. I think he might have chipped off a bit of his front wing, so that was 100% my fault. I just wish it would have worked out more cleanly for both of us. But he does maintain the position. I gave the position back. I could have pressed on with that incident a little bit harder. But no, he pulls into the pits on the next lap, and Fernando has followed him in as well. No. I don't believe that. Because with Esteban Ocon pitting, that would have put my teammate Alonso in P10 as well. And that would have been a double points finish, McLaren Honda. But meanwhile, we've got one of the Haas's going up our inside. We can't mourn the loss of Fernando Alonso just yet. We've got to hold on to this position for now. Up the inside, through the casino square, just trying to hold on for dear life as Magnussen on fresher tyres really attacks us around the outside there. And we managed to hold on as Magnussen actually gave me a touch and squeezed one of the Toro Rossos into the barriers as well. Exact same incident as what happened with me and Ocon. It's just so hard to run two cars through there. It's bad enough running one car through there. The understeer through there is really mad. It's I don't know if it's just the wheel or whether I know the pad players could really struggle going through there in the past, but now the wheel guys really start to to feel that as well. You've really got to nail the Lowe's hairpin in order to not understeer like an absolute elephant through there. But lap 27, we're in P9. Again, we are, holding position. Basically, everyone in front of us are too fast, and everyone behind us are a little bit slow. Magnussen might have damaged his car, but either way, as we rejoin in the action, Magnussen just has just been a little bit slower than us. And this is that Marcus Ericsson. We finally caught up to him again, and he absolutely holds us up in the worst possible place. If you're trying to let a car go through, that is 100% not the way to do it, and it's allowed Magnussen to catch back up to us again. Put us under pressure heading into Lowe's hairpin, but we managed to wean off that threat and hold on to our position for the moment. I believe there's only a couple of laps to go now, and this is Magnussen trying to chase us up the hill. This is where he shows the most danger, because the McLaren Honda does not pull at all well going up that hill. It really chugs along going up there, and I just have to run rich every single time going up that straight. But final lap of the Grand Prix, we've managed to stay very, very consistent over the course of this race. No mistakes, and we're going to come away with, again, a fairly lucky points finish. Again, this car does not belong in the points, but we managed to do so well that we just end up there through sheer luck and at times a bit of desperation. It's P9, and again, more valuable points.
And as we can see, it's time for the podium, and as the drivers make their way out, there's a familiar red suit making its way to the top step. Fantastic win for Ferrari.
I wish I had $1 for every time Crofty said, here comes that red suit again. It's Kimi Räikkönen, 6 wins on the trot. The man has already won the championship. It's that simple. But there we go, that's P9. And possibly our worst, believe it or not, finish at Monaco. Normally at this place, we either win it or bin it. We don't really get anything really in between. In previous seasons, we were in the Haas when it was pretty crap, and we got like 4th there. But in the McLaren Honda, it's P9, and yeah, it's I don't know how to feel about that. Like, we did really well to get back in the points, but at the same time, it's still my worst finish at Monaco. So, yeah, not too sure, but either way, driver's standings, we're still holding down P9. I think with every points finish, we're really just solidifying our place inside the top 10 in the standings. So hopefully we can continue that trend into the second half of the season, and that would not be a bad way to start our first season with McLaren Honda. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new to see plenty more F1 2017 career mode videos. Yeah, in terms of this race, it was pretty stale. Like, nothing was really going on. We had to make our opportunities last in the opening stanza of the Grand Prix, and again with the safety car restart. But I don't know, it's good news for future seasons where we're more competitive. We're definitely going to get a real run for our money when it comes to battling the AI. In terms of resource points, we've got over 1,000 now. Unfortunately, we can't spend them because we're still waiting for our other upgrade to the engine to take effect. And I don't think that'll take effect until the next race, and we might not even get it. So I'm thinking we might just upgrade the weight reduction and see how we go. That'll take effect from Baku, and I feel like weight reduction benefits you at every single track. It doesn't matter if it's, you know, a real technical one, a high-speed circuit. Weight reduction helps in all areas of the car. So I thought I'd do that because you never know, we might have a failed upgrade for the engine and then have to wait ages to do the next engine upgrade, if that makes sense. But let's move on to the next round and see if we actually get that part.
It looks like one of our development parts didn't fare too well in testing. I've put it on hold for now. You can restart work from the laptop. We're going to have to go back now and make some adjustments in order to get the final numbers looking more like we were expecting from the simulation.
Of course. It's like I almost knew this was going to happen. The engine upgrade that we needed for the Canadian Grand Prix, it's failed. And if we would have banked all of our resource points on doing the next upgrade for the engine, then we would have both wasted our time and possibly our resources as well. So, yeah, we've got rebuy that part for the next episode. We'll get all the resource points up in practice, and then we'll apply that part, and then we should have both that engine upgrade that failed and also the weight reduction upgrade, if it's successful, go on the car for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. So much to look forward to for that race. Canada, it's going to be pretty depressing. It might be like Bahrain a little bit, power track, and we only have the one engine upgrade on the car right now. So it's going to be a struggle. We're going to have to hope for a massive crash in the race to be competitive. But we'll try and make our mark nonetheless. Thank you guys so much for watching. That has been the Monaco Grand Prix. And yeah, second half of the season, let's really get to work with the resource points because we absolutely need to. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to see plenty more F1 2017 videos. I'm sorry about this long drawn out outro, but it's over now. Until the next one, I'll see you next time.